What is going on YouTube? This is JNA back with another video, and in today's video we're going to get into updating the pre-LCI taillights on an E92. Process should be pretty similar for an E90. This video is in hopes to show you on how to do this. It's very easy, there's no coding, and it should be step by step. Link to the product description is down below. Use the discount code in order to receive a discount. So you can also do that as well. And that'll all be down below in the description. But super excited to get this on the E92, as these taillights are actually from 2007, so they're old and they look old, and I can't wait to get them updated. All right, guys, so this is everything that you should get in the box. So you've got your left and right setup, as well as the wiring harness to set and plug and play these new headlights. We're gonna start at the rear of the trunk here. So this is the top half of the trunk. And all I'm using is a flathead, and I'm just going in here and I'm just wiggling this flathead and to just pop these up. So you just want to pop them up. So you just want to go around and, granted, using one hand here, and you just want to go around and pop these up. Oh, there you go. Pop these up. So once you pop them up, I'm actually just using scissors because my fingers are too big, but I'm gonna go ahead and go like this, and they just kind of pop right out. So scissors are a good hack if you're having issues just trying to pop these out of place, but you have to remove all of these little spots. I believe you can leave these in. Let's see. Yeah, you can leave these guys in, but they're gonna pop out either way, so you can get that as well. Some of them will pop out like this, which is perfectly fine. All right, guys, now that this is off, these down here were kind of a pain in the ass. I used this tool here, like a pry tool, a plastic pry tool that I just wedged in once I popped it up with the flathead. And I really had to apply a ton of pressure just for them to pop out. So if you feel like you're being forceful with these, don't worry about it. They should just pop out, and if they break, it's no big deal. They're pretty inexpensive part. All right, so I had to use quite a bit of force as these are being held in by these guys. So I just ripped this out of place, both of these. It didn't really affect the molding. I mean, there is a little bit of, obviously it broke right there, but if you reattach it correctly, it'll hold itself in place. Next step here is to get this unclipped. All right, guys, so pretty simple on the removal here. I've just left this hanging. And it's pretty simple to get this guy out. All you have to do, here, I've still got this one in. So you use a 10mm deep socket and unhook this. This bracket comes off as a hole, and then you just push up from here and this pops out. But I'll show you guys here on this guy right now. And then all you're gonna wanna do is pull this connector out. Obviously I can't do that with the phone in the hand, so I'm gonna go ahead and set this down and pull that out. So all I did next was I grabbed a random shop towel, and I'm going in, and this was full of dirt. You just wanna make sure to clean the surface, so that way when the new light sits in here, that this sealing is proper. You don't want water to get in here, obviously. So the best way to do that is make sure that this is clean. All I'm doing is going through here with a towel, and it looked a lot dirtier, but if you just keep wiping it away and brushing it down, it'll get to this. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add some soap and water to this and clean so that all that dirt and grime goes away, and this becomes a nice little seating for the new taillight. Again, these are really grimy, so I'm gonna go ahead, wipe these down, and make sure to use a little bit of soap and water. That way this surface is clean for the next pair. All right, guys, so I just went ahead and added a little bit of dish soap and water. Just make sure not to try and get it on the paint like I did, or as like the main paint, as you know, obviously it can affect any like wax or strips, or excuse me, wax that you have on your actual paint. So try not to get it on there. This car is in need of a full detail, so not really worried about it, to be honest. But just go ahead, and then I'm just drying it now with the other side of the towel, just so that the surface is nice and clean. All right, guys, so now that the surface is now clean, I'm gonna go ahead and start installing these smaller tail lights. The first thing you're going to want to do is, it comes with a new bracket, so you're just gonna wanna loosen this guy up, pull this off to just fit it in there for a good sealing and a good fit. And guys, try not to make the same mistake as me. While holding this piece up to try and fit the new piece in, I dropped the nut to this piece down here. There's no way I'm really getting that out. So don't be me. Don't hold the washer and nut in one hand while trying to put in the tail light, because now I'm not getting that bolt back. But luckily I have the old set, so I'm just going to use the one from the old set, which is the one from the old set. So there that is. I'm going to use this one. All right, guys, and I got the first one in, and it is looking mint. I'm going to wait to peel these off until the job is done. But here I am on the second one. The only thing to note is that you really want to make sure that this, where is it here? This little lip slides into this indent here, and then pull it over to make sure the fitment is good. Also make sure to connect the wiring piece before installing, which should be pretty obvious, but just in case you don't remember. But yeah, I've got this one in now, and just make sure it's obviously clipped there and that it looks to be pretty flush. And then what you're gonna go ahead and do is install the housing piece here, which will make this stick or stay onto the car itself. All right, side note, so if you're doing all four of these, don't forget there's 1 and 2 here. Early on in the video, I missed those and had to break them out. If you don't want to break these two, you should probably take them out, but it doesn't make that big of a difference. Looks perfectly fine. It's all fitted back in without those two pieces. All right, so now we're doing the left side first. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this out. So it looks like we've got a couple of screws here. I'm gonna go ahead and get loose. These are 5/16, by the way. It just pushes right out, and that's how you remove the tail light. All right, guys, so pretty straightforward here for replacing all the wiring, or how this wiring harness is set up. So essentially all you're doing is you're taking off the OEM piece. So this piece was connected to this wire here, and that controlled all the bulbs for this. So all you did is disconnect this from there, and then you take your new wiring harness and you plug the piece that connects to here in there, and then there's this leftover piece, which is plug and play with this guy. So all you do is plug it in and get it all reconnected up. I'm gonna go ahead and funnel this through the backside. First, again, we're gonna go ahead and clean the around area just to make sure the surface is perfectly set before installing this new one here. All right, guys, so I went ahead, turned everything on, and it looks mint. So the hardest, and you obviously want to make sure to double check it and ensure that everything works and operates as it should. But the next step, which isn't difficult at all, so you have this big box here. It does have some 3M adhesive. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to store these connectors and everything pretty much in here, where this open space is, and then I'm gonna connect this box essentially up in here. So we'll see how the 3M adheres to this, but it's gonna go somewhere like this, and then that way there'll be enough room for the cover to fit. So I'm gonna go ahead and get working on that. Here should be a time lapse. So evidently that didn't work at all. So I'm just gonna go ahead and store it. Like that, and then put the cover on. Mint! All right, so now is the other side. And it looks harder just because it looks more difficult, but it really isn't. It's all the same. So same situation. We're gonna go ahead and pull this out and release this, and we got the same screws again. So I went ahead and got everything reinstalled. My phone had died, so the camera cut out. But essentially I've got it mounted down below there. Just make sure it's down far enough so that this has room to fit. But just right there is where I've got it mounted, and everything sits perfectly. Here comes the best part. And would you look at that, it is so clean. All right guys, and that about wraps it up for this video. As you can tell, these are looking very clean. And I'm super excited, super excited. I'm super happy I was able to get these on. I'm gonna get some photos of it now. But like that, guys, I am done with today's video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Love the way these turned out. And don't forget to buy the product down below in the description. That's gonna be the best spot to pick these up if you wanna mimic this look. Like that, I'll catch y'all on the flip.